Hello, my name is Dr. Amy Giddings. This week on The Real Women of Coaching, we head back to Harvard University to speak with Tracy Green. Tracy's going to tell us a little bit about what she did when she was young in terms of developing her interest in sport. Let's take a look.
Couple up, couple up. Way to catch it on the rise. Let's go, G. My name is Tracy Green. I'm the head women's tennis coach here at Harvard University. How did I get into tennis? Wow, well, I got in pretty accidentally, actually. My parents did not play tennis. They wanted me to get involved in a summer youth sports program at Temple University where there were several sports offered during the summer. And one of the options was tennis along with basketball. Another option was tennis along with karate one year. And so this particular year I was 10 years old and I was like, okay, I'll do tennis and basketball. And lo and behold, the coach went up to my mom and said, you know, you should think about getting Tracy some lessons. She's pretty good. She's beating all the boys and she's pretty good. And I was like, Tracy, tennis? No, I don't think so. I don't think so. She likes to run around. I don't think so. And I was like, no, I'll do it, Mom. You know, hey, I'll do it. It's fun. You know, it's okay. And so just that part of it for me, just having it being fun enough was good enough for me. I thought it was a little boring at first. Was enough for me to get involved in a free program, the Billy Johnson program in Philadelphia at the time. And from there, I progressed to a weekly program at Arthur Ashe Tennis Facility in Philadelphia. And I went to playing 2 days a week, 3 days a week. I ended up getting into tournaments after that. I got a local ranking, a sectional ranking. About a year later, I got involved with national tournaments. So I had a pretty rapid rise in the game, but it was still fun for me the whole way through. And a couple years later, I got to travel and make the national team. So tennis has been great for me the whole way through. And I also got a scholarship to the University of Florida where I was a Gator for 4 years, and I enjoyed that as well. All right, we're about to do some doubles drills right now. Feeding, okay? Really focus on closing as much as possible forward to the net. How did I get into coaching? Well, I've always loved sports. I've always gone to basketball games. My family's always gone to football games, pro, college level. I've always been really into gym class when I was in elementary school. I liked regular academics as well, but I always felt alive when I was in the gym class. And I think that's important for girls. But anyway, as far as getting into coaching, it was really, again, accidental. I was going to Temple University, actually, for graduate school. I thought, okay, I get into coaching temporarily so I can get my graduate degree, my master's degree. And I really enjoy working with young people. I work with the college players there at the university, and I also worked with players on the side, coaching independently. And a lot of the players I worked with ended up going to various institutions, whether it be Ivy League schools, D1 schools, D2 schools, and they always told me things like, hey, coach, you know, I think you're really good at this. I think you should stick with it. I don't have to be a coach on the side. I think this is pretty cool. I'm like, no, I'm in graduate school. I have a full-time job. I'm very busy. This is not for me. I don't see myself as a full-time coach. There's not a lot of money involved. You know, hey, it's not for me. So some years went by, and I already had my master's degree already. And I was working in the Gear Up program in Philadelphia, working with some urban youth in the Philadelphia area. And you know, the head coach job became available at Temple. I was no longer involved being assistant at that time, and I said to myself, hey, why don't I apply? And I was kind of apprehensive at first. I wasn't really sure, but after I got the job, I fell in love right away. You know, I knew it was calling my name. I knew I loved working with young people. I loved, you know, putting in those hours. It didn't feel like hours going by whenever I worked around young people, whenever I was around the kids and working in college athletics. As far as different things that have impacted me in my coaching career, actually I think back to my playing career. When I was an athlete at University of Florida, I injured my back pretty badly my second year of school, my sophomore year. So I was out for pretty much a month. And that moment right there for me as a player allowed me to start thinking beyond going pro. My whole thought process was pretty much to go pro, play professionally, see how far I can get in the pro ranks. But just that injury really made me put things in perspective. Start thinking about graduate school, start thinking about life after sport. So when I'm coaching now, whether I'm giving back, in a local program, whether I'm coaching, our students here at Harvard, I'm always thinking about, what's beyond tennis. I'm talking to them about practice, but I'm also thinking about beyond tennis. How's your day going? How are your classes going? So I think that for me just put things into perspective, and it allowed me to kind of shape my coaching style, one that's a little bit more rounded for the whole person. Good. Pick your target already. Done. Come on. Pick your target. Good. All right. Good job. I haven't really had any negative experiences as a female coach. However, there aren't very many female coaches at the highest level. So you might go to conferences and notice there's not that many females in the room, things like that. So whenever I can, be a mentor for other female coaches, I try to do that. I've had several female coaches as mentors growing up, and even right now. That whole mentor role is key to not only just surviving, but to helping you achieve your own goals. So I try to reach out as much as I can, and it's always nice to see other females in the room, especially coaching a female sport, women's tennis. I think it's important to keep the numbers rising.
Once again, we thank you for joining us for this episode of The Real Women of Coaching, part of the Women's Coaching Network. Join us next time as Tracy Green shares with us why she enjoys coaching and why she sees her career as a coach to be so significant.